Hey yo, what is up world? It's your boy STP1440 back with another episode for Season 2. As you know, I'm just that average college kid fixing and flipping weekly, always trying to move forward, turn nothing into something. Hope you guys enjoy Episode 2 of Season 2. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, through Season 1, we grew $0 and $2,500 through smaller fix and flips. But for Season 2, I want to go bigger and better, so I invested all that money into a truck that I'm now trying to fix and flip for more profit. And back in Episode 1 of Season 2, we got that thing to a mechanically solid foundation, patched up all the rust holes, and got that thing disassembled, which is now ready for paint prep. Alright, so paint prep. That's basically bodywork and dent repair, and I wanted to give you guys an example of the worst dent on this truck, which is this water cowl, so you'd have an idea what goes on in the process. So, I drilled a hole in the deepest valley of the dent and put the puller on it, and then used a heat gun to heat up the surrounding metal so it was more malleable. And then I just pulled that dent out so it was as flush as I could get it to the surrounding metal before applying body filler. And then the first thing that I applied after grinding it down to bare metal was called Bondo Hair, and Bondo Hair has the consistency and makeup similar to barbecue chicken. So the chicken is like the fiberglass strands, and then the barbecue sauce is the resin. It provides a really good foundation for the body filler to be applied over. And then we sand that down and start applying body filler. And we basically sand the body filler so the edges are what's called feather edge, so they blend really nicely with the metal. And then we just keep reapplying and sanding until the contours are just right. And then after about 2 hours of body work on this one spot, we are left with a water cowl corner that is ready for paint prep. Alright, one spot down, the rest of the truck to go. And basically any areas that didn't need body work, I just sanded to break the surface glaze, that way the new paint would adhere strongly. And the areas that did require body work, say there was a hole for an old piece of chrome that I didn't want to put back on, I would back it with a fiberglass patch, that way the body filler wasn't free floating and it was supported from the inside. Okay, so I'm just wire brushing the dash, getting it ready for paint next week, and I slipped again with the wire brush and wire brushed my finger. Ow, part 2. Oh my god, no pain, no gain, no, I guess. Let's get back to it. I tell you what, guys, I think this hood did more work on me than I got done on it, because it tore me up. You're gonna see right here. Alright, so I'm out here, I'm wire brushing down this hood, and I'm taking it down to bare metal. I just want to show you guys, this thing as it spins, it flings off bristles at like a zillion miles an hour. I don't know if you can see all these metal bristles that are flying into me. When those things hit your skin, oh my god, they're super painful. It's like needles just getting shot at you. It hurts like crazy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Back to it. Perfect, but I walked around and I hit this corner, it's sharp as crud, and I took a chunk out of my leg. I don't know if you can see, but I'm bleeding all the way down my leg. I gotta go get a bandage, man. Jeez Louise. Anyhow, after getting shredded by the body work, it took about a day and a half, is tape time. This is probably one of the most important steps of paint prep, is taping off anything you don't want to get hit by paint, because if you miss it and you take the tape off and realize you didn't cover that area, you're really going to hate yourself, because that paint, it sticks like crazy and it's really hard to get off. Oh snap, it is paint day, baby. It's probably the biggest day or two of the whole project. So I had to get the yard set up. I don't have a paint booth, so I'm painting this outside, which painting is challenging enough as it is, so this made it even harder. To get the chassis of the back on its tarp, I had to use a 4x4 by 6 foot beam to bolt on where the front bumper goes so we could push it and not destroy the chassis and frame of the truck. Got it to the back, and then it was time to get up on all my PPE equipment, personal protective equipment. This urethane and epoxy paint has what's called volatile organic compounds. It's super dangerous fumes, so you want to get full protective coverage. And this is just once we started priming the inside of the body parts first, and then the cab, and then I was going to flip the body parts over and prime the other side. And right about here, you're going to see a little bit of the mixing process as well. Primer's mixed in a 1-to-1 ratio with as much reducer as you want. Paint's mixed in a 1-to-4 ratio, the one I use at least, with as much reducer as you want. And then you just mix it up, refill, and then keep priming. And that's kind of what you do for the whole process. And this is after the parts have been flipped over. We painted the other sides, and then I'll tell you what, it was hot as crud outside, and I kind of struggled here a little bit. Had to stop for now. It is so hot out. I'm dripping sweat everywhere, and the primer is setting up so fast that I couldn't lay it down so that it would lay flat. So we had to stop for now, and there's some fuzz in the paint. So I got to wet sand that in a few hours, and then finish it off tonight. Stay tuned. just to show you guys what we're talking about. 100 degrees right now out here, 43% humidity. That is way too hot. You can see the heat baking off the hood of the truck, so we're gonna have to let it set for a few hours before we can get back to it. All right, so after it cooled down, we can get back to painting the actual color back on these pieces, and you can see 50% overlap of the paint fan pattern, always a good rule of thumb. And then we just painted the rest of the body parts, and this is the inside. Obviously we flipped them to the other side, and then here's again the shot of the fender. You can see that 50% overlap. Always try to lay the paint on so it's wet and blends with the previous pass and comes out beautiful. And here's a little bit of before and after of a few body parts. I don't want to show the whole truck obviously because you got to save that for the big reveal, but they came out absolutely gorgeous. Look at that hood, my goodness. Look at this truck. This is body work, and this is the priming, and this is the final result of the cab. All right, you guys, painting is done. That's 6 days worth of work that culminated to this, and it's finally done. So all we really have left now is to do the interior and put it back together, and then the big reveal. So I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some grub inside. Mom got some dinner, and until next episode, STP 1440 out.